I just think
Hello and welcome to the Carbitrage Podcast, episode 311. I'm Eric Berger, joined as always by my co-host Ryan Taninsky.
Hi.
Hello.
Yes. Anyway, so what I was saying before we do anything else, I was on Facebook Marketplace and I found
Dangerous.
it says a 1.9, which doesn't exist. I think it's actually a 1.8 liter Subaru engine out of like a GC Impreza L base model, like automatic front wheel drive, the worst one that you could get.
So it's an EJE still, or
I don't know. Okay. It's a EJ18 is what it is.
Okay. Single cam though?
Single cam, yep. It's
gotta be
$125. I think that's $1 per horsepower, possibly more.
So are like every single one of those parts unique to that particular engine? Because that seems like a really cheap amount of money for a running Subaru engine.
No, it's a totally solid engine. Actually, this would be a really good swap for my GL. If it came with a wiring harness, I would do that.
Oh.
Because I don't care about anything else on the GL. Actually,
why does it not come with a harness if you ask?
Actually, if the GL, I could keep my transmission, my like selectable four-wheel drive transmission, my GL, and stuff that into it and make as much power and be more reliable.
Could you just like bastardize a spark controller on it and put a carb on it and just have it work?
Actually, they had a carbureted EJ.
Perfect.
So
sounds
that
like
would
you're
actually
set.
perfect, yeah. But anyway, it's $125, and I was thinking, I'm like, it's like the worst possible EJ. You know, this engine was removed from a perfectly fine GC, so they could put like a turbo engine into it.
Of course, yeah.
And so what I was saying was, I need to find like the worst possible blob eye STI, like specifically STI, so it's the STI VIN, and stuff that like sans engine and stuff this into it. Keep it front wheel drive, keep it auto, and then list it on Brand Trailer, no reserve.
Why?
I'm really curious what it would sell for, because that'd be like the worst Subaru ever. Like,
but it would
the
also
most
be
it'd
be the most reliable STI probably ever.
Yeah, no, it'd be like having a like a Laguna Seca Blue E46 like M3 with like a 318i engine like stuffed into it in an automatic transmission, because you took the engine and transmission out of the Laguna Seca Blue
to swap it
like E46 into a track car. Yeah, that's exactly that's the equivalent swap. But I saw it was $125. It's so stupid, and I'm like, that's
so cheap.
I know, it's an extremely cheap engine. If you want to help me go get it, it's in Big Lake.
Oh,
I don't know where that is.
that's where Casey lives.
I'm looking at the map and I see one road and it goes straight, and then there's a lake. And
so picture Maple Grove, and then it's another 20 minutes on 94.
Oh, that's not that bad.
No, it's 45 minutes from my house if traffic is light. It's not that bad. But
you know,
yuck.
If it's still around next week, I might go rent a Home Depot truck and just stuff that in the back.
Oh, it'll fit in the back of the Fiat, easy.
Well, I got stuff in the Fiat.
Well, just take it out.
No!
Fine.
Where am I going to put it?
I don't know. I put it on the ground in the garage and then just put it back when I'm done.
I don't want to do that. So, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, okay. For the purposes of just seeing what it would bring on BAT, I'm about it.
I'm actually curious about that engine, because now I said it out loud. I'm like, God, that actually would be kind of cool to put in my Subaru.
I want you to carburate it.
That's a really good idea. Maybe I should take. I need to find a spare multi-point intake manifold for this and see if Trig can make me a carburetor manifold so I can run the IDFs on it.
Of course you can.
Yeah, that's actually
Trig
a
can
really
do
good
that.
idea. Yeah, it's easily within.
Can you
Trig's
imagine how
means.
snorty and shouty this like 5 horsepower engine would be while making the tugboat noises?
Actually, this engine would probably go pretty well with a pair of IDFs on it.
Oh, I bet it would actually make pretty good power. Yeah.
Like, that'd be very good. And you can get the if you're wondering what a Weber IDF is, that's the downdraft version of a Weber DCOE. So that's what a Weber IDF is.
Very good.
But I can get 2 of those, and I could actually cheap out. I can get the impy versions and Chinese knockoffs.
Okay.
Which like aren't good for long-term reliability. They'll be fine, because it's my Subaru. It doesn't matter. But it sounds quite good.
Okay, yeah.
Because like the main issue with my Subaru is everything I have is EFI related. All my fucking problems in my life are EFI related.
I was gonna say the main issue with the Subaru is it doesn't work.
Yeah, because of the EFI problem.
Right.
And if I remove the turbo and I remove the EFI problem, I'm
Solved.
good. Yeah.
And then you gain some more horsepower with the far better head design on even an EJ18E. Or whatever the hell that thing is.
Yeah, because
E, I think, is
basically
single
I just need to turn it over and just make it start and have spark.
But you could probably use does your current EA
I'm wondering.
spark?
Yeah, I've got plenty of spark.
Well, then you'll be fine with the carburetor.
Yeah, well, I mean, like with my EA engine. But I was thinking, like, if I did the EJ swap, I wonder if that basic of an engine would even have, like, electronic, like, spark management.
It probably does.
I'm pretty sure it just has like a distributor. Wait, let's look in the photo. If it has just a distributor, I'm set.
But all you have to do is get Megajolt. It's literally like a $30 standalone spark.
I've
thingy.
never personally had to work with that, so I don't know anything about that.
Yeah,
oh, it does
you know
have.
how to YouTube.
I know, but I don't. I get nervous when it comes to weird shit like that. I'm capable of screwing things up. Let's see.
Is there a version of the EA that has the EJ that has a distributor, or are they all?
Yeah, this might be one with it. That looks like a distributor right there on the side. See your distributor or a...
I can't tell.
Oh, I should just message him. I'll message him after the podcast.
Okay, fine.
Ask this guy a distributor. Like,
here we are, just like, yep, this is fine.
yeah, I'll just figure it out later. I'll figure it out later, and then we'll move on with our episode. I have a hams. You have nothing. We have a Patreon called patreon.com/Carbitrage. Give us money for beer. Moving on.
Just trying to find my cursor so I can talk about the first topic.
We're going to talk about our first topic. Your cursor's right there.
I know. I found it. Thank you.
Cool.
So 2 years ago, when I was visiting Florida, which, boy, that's a terrible state. But in Naples, there is a fantastic place, a mecca of petrol heads called the Revs Institute.
Yes.
Inside this fantastic...
My father-in-law wants to take me there. Should I go?
Tremendous.
Okay, maybe I should go with him.
It is tremendous.
I think I'm going to go with him in March.
The best thing I've done in Florida so far. In this museum, which is fairly Porsche-centric, however, they do have a McLaren F1 and a Bugatti Type 85 and an Auto Union and a Mercedes SS.
I like important Porsches. My problem is when people have 991 Carrera 4s, black interior on silver. Like, that's what I hate.
That dentistry office has done well for you, has it?
Yeah. And, like, maybe your big thing that you got is you have, like, a set of, like, staggered with crab wheels. Like, that's, like, your big thing.
It's one of the 50 pages of options that you can go through. It's one of those.
Yeah, and there's, like, a bunch of random options and nobody cares about. You've got, like, sport chrono and an automatic transmission. Like,
but I paid for the blue stitching of my piping.
No, you didn't pay for that. Nope, it's just sport chrono on a Carrera 4 with an automatic transmission. That's what I don't care about. So
anyway, all the Porsches
when it
in
comes
that
to
museum
cool
are
Porsches,
good.
I do care.
They're like actual good significant things. But you would love that place. There's like old pre-war French stuff.
Very good.
There's a
That's
real
what I'm here
Type
for.
35. There's old like blown Mercedes race cars, real ones. Old like anyway, I'll let you experience it for yourself. But in this museum, downstairs, as you're almost done, there is a Fiat 600 Abarth.
Oh, very good.
That isn't even roped off. So you can just go up to this thing, and as I'm sure most of our viewers will remember, Top Gear popularized the knowledge of this particular vehicle for a couple reasons during the launch of the 2012 Fiat 500 Abarth.
Oh, yeah, it's actually a Barth TCR 1000. I'm looking at it.
Whatever. Anyway, so for the sake of this thing that I'm going to segue into the topic with, it's a Fiat 600 Abarth.
Yes.
This thing was insane because when Fiat took this very, very pedestrian 600 and they put this enormous powertrain in it, they couldn't keep it cool. So they literally just welded the boot lid open and turned it into basically a duckbill spoiler. So the
yes,
engine
I have seen that. Yeah.
is always exposed.
They also have the Porsche that made the Skyline famous for being passed by
Yes,
the
they do.
Skyline 2000.
Yes, they do. Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite car.
I saw it.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's going to be a new 600 Abarth, and I love Fiat. I love
that's quite
electric
good.
and everything. However, I have some problems.
Okay.
One, it's front-wheel drive, and this image clearly shows the rear wheels of this vehicle power sliding and kicking up dust. But the main one is this is a 600 Abarth, and the boot lid is not welded up. It has a closed boot lid that I think you could store things in. So I think they should have picked a different name. This is kind of like the Mustang Mach-E for me instead of the Galaxy.
I mean,
it's a good product, but like 600 Abarth should have the engine lid
does it do
welded open.
anything else silly?
That's purple.
Does it have four-wheel steering?
No, it's just purple. 240 horsepower, electric. They call it a crossover, but it's clearly
It's 240 horsepower?
Yeah.
That's it?
It's electric. It's a lot. I mean, it's like 350 foot-pounds, but yeah. Spicy electric, but I mean...
Can you not lean the seats forward?
I don't know. Well, it's Italian still, so I'm guessing it's like a bread van.
I'm wondering if, like, maybe the back seat is not there. The thing is, like,
The details are sparse at this point, but
I have faith because it's Abarth, but like historically, every single Abarth has been silly. Like even the ones we have don't have mufflers at all.
correct.
Like there's silly things on them.
I mean, this is purple, but like if that's all it's got, really.
That's a little. That's a little.
But Ryan, the boot lid is closed.
Yeah. Well, so I understand that, and because like safety requirements in 1970s Italy versus safety requirements in 2024 United States are very different.
But why?
Because they would like people to live through car accidents for some reason.
I don't.
I don't either.
If
I don't
you're
make
going to
rules.
be stupid enough to make a car crash, you should die in it.
I mean, there's been accidents, but I mean,
Crash.
you should be responsible for your actions.
There's always an element of negligence.
Yes. So, I don't know about that. Jury's out for me. Ooh, they also have a Dashava Sahara there.
Ooh, very good.
That's
Oh,
the
yes,
twin
they do.
engine.
You were going to love the Revs Institute.
A Maserati Tipo birdcage. Yeah, baby.
I have a huge photo album of everything there, too, that I took. Yeah,
I remember in hindsight that you did tell me about that.
it was tremendous.
Wow. Shit.
This does have a mechanical limited slip differential in the
I
front.
should go with Jim.
That's pretty good.
That'd be a fun time with my father-in-law.
There's a compact Fiat with
Oh
20-inch
shit!
wheels.
You buried the fucking lead at the Revs Institute. They have the 1950 Cadillac Le Monstre.
Great.
Are you familiar with this?
I'm sure I saw it.
New tab, please.
Fine.
1960 Cadillac Le Monstre. It's in French, so you'll figure it out. Monstre. It's separate word. It's Cadillac the Monster. TRE. It is a rebodied 1950 Cadillac Series 62 that raced at Le Mans. It's incredible. It's an aluminum body on that giant car.
I just don't care.
It's so cool.
That's not cool.
It's extremely cool. You're wrong.
not
You
cool.
just don't have. You have no reference to how awesome this is.
If it's at the Revs Institute, I'm sure it's significant. But
It's a factory hot rod that was designed by hot rodders to run in Le Mans.
I was more interested in the passively thermosiphon cooled like pre-war French cars that were there.
Yes, those are very cool.
I just don't care about this.
So, but it's a hot rod. All right. So hot rodding got big during the war, right?
Let me put this on the screen for people to see.
Hot rodding got big during the war because there was like a nascent little hot rod culture making cars go faster, and then like all these people like were in the Air Force and like were around like airplanes and like
And they had
big
surplus.
engines.
I'm like, we can just bolt that into a car.
Well, a lot of the things that made an airplane, the thing was is a lot of these airplanes like doubled horsepower during the war. So like the Spitfire had 850 horsepower in 1941. The Spitfire by 1945 had 2,500 horsepower. So they were hot rodding these airplanes. And so a lot of these people were doing this with cars, right? Mm-hmm. And so this was a culture that was American of like modifying things. And that spread to the British and French servicemen as well. So when this came out, this was designed to be like a hot rod that would race in France. And so if you look, it is 5 carburetors.
I do see one in the center.
There's 5 carburetors in it. It is a Cadillac V8, which was the first overhead valve V8 that was sold in America post-war. It has a 3-speed manual transmission, if I'm not mistaken. It's rear-wheel drive. It has drum brakes. It is effectively still a Cadillac Series 62, but with all the heavy shit on a 62 removed and this hilarious body put on. That's an extremely cool vehicle. I think...your opinion's wrong. This is cool and interesting.
That's fine. I just don't care.
It's like it's like
The only thing cool about it is the 5 carburetors.
It's like a trog car, the Race of Gentlemen. Like also look, it's a Le Mans car that doesn't have seatbelts.
Well, I mean, it's of the era.
Not that era. You could put seatbelts in a car back then.
But why would you?
This is a car.
Access.
Well, this is a car where everything was safety last. They were forced to add that rearview mirror.
They gave you a little rollover protection.
Yes, that
here.
was your rollover protection. Yeah,
But I'm sure you'll stay firmly in the seat. It'll be fine.
it's very good. I love Le Monster. This is so
Great, you're gonna have a
cool.
great time at the
I'm
Revs
so
Institute.
excited. Yep, I'm definitely going. Anyway, continue on with your thing about
No,
your little
it's-
Italian car.
I already complained. They've ruined the Fiat 600 name.
Jury's out for me. I think you're probably going to be right, but I'm still in hopes that maybe there's some goofy thing going on with it.
I mean, it's purple. It has a limited slip diff.
Did they have any interior photos of it?
No.
Maybe it doesn't have a passenger seat or something.
I hope you're right.
I really want it to have something ridiculous.
I hope so. Because, I mean, yeah, to your point, even like the newer Fiat products are still like, really? That's awesome.
Yeah, like when they made the 124 Abarth, they still did silly things on that. Like,
Yeah, they were limited, I guess, by Mazda a little bit, but yes.
but they still did like,
Yeah.
well, and that's what Abarth is. They do silly things with an existing car.
Why don't you just turbocharge our engine? No, we're going to make ours fit.
Yep, ours will just work in that.
But you're going to have to use our transmission. Oh, we made a new block.
So speaking of car enthusiast and my little thing on hot rodders, cars, when you're going to use that car, it's probably not going to be on a racetrack. It's probably going to be like on the road. And that's also probably why the Fiat Abarth 600 Abarth is going to be more reasonable, because it's meant to be driven on the road by normal people.
Fine.
But I'm sure there'll be some silly mode that like
There
doubles
better
torque
be.
or something, or like maybe there'll be like a differential lock or something silly.
The door handles are made out of actual scorpion tails. Ow!
Yeah, exactly. It'd be great. Like, it'd be hilarious. Yeah, like you're like bleeding and dying because like they put a poisonous scorpion tail on
There's
the door
an
handle.
EpiPen in the glove box.
Yeah, don't
which-
worry. You have to replace it every time you get in the car. Your leg will never be the same.
Well, here's hoping, huh?
So, I'm wondering why, like, because we're both like civil engineering nerds. We love that stuff. Scott certainly is. Scott
yeah.
is deeply a civil engineering nerd. And I'm wondering, why aren't more car enthusiasts interested in civil engineering? Because they certainly complain about it all the time.
I have no idea. Like all these car enthusiasts, quote unquote, that live in like Dallas, where there's no state income tax and the roads are all garbage and they're in terrible condition. I'm like, why do you not care?
Yeah.
Like this is inhibiting you from your hobby.
Well, it's like car enthusiasts, they fight putting in like light rails and buses. I'm like, because you want to queue in traffic behind 500 crossovers?
No,
like,
get the people that have no interest in driving a better option.
yeah, and get
So
them out of
they-
your way. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So it's just like, it's so baffling to me because I know they all played like SimCity when they were a kid. Everybody played SimCity.
That new LGR recap
Yeah.
of 3000.
I have that queued up. I'm ready to watch it.
So good.
But like I still play, like I'll have like a bender of playing City Skylines for like an entire weekend. If
That's the only way to play it.
Yeah, like because you go like you're like, I'm gonna play City
Oh,
Skylines.
whoops. Ring the bell. Oops.
I'm gonna play City Skylines for like about 10 minutes, I tell myself, and then 12 hours later, I'm
Yep.
like, fuck, I had things I wanted to do today.
Oh, the city's progressing so well. I can't just pause.
Yeah, like I need 1 second.
Oh no, there's crime. I have to deal
No,
with this.
I need to put this park here. I need to figure out the best place to put this park because there's no park in this neighborhood, and everybody has to drive. It's fucking up traffic because people are going to drive across town to the dog park. I need to find a park. Like that's how I am with City Skylines. But anyway, I digress, as we usually do.
No, Carbitrage is not.
Yeah,
known for that.
we've never digressed ever. But yeah, I like it just doesn't make sense to me that people are into cars and not like the thing that you use the car on. Like, have you ever heard of a car person that doesn't have a strong opinion about tires?
No, well, no, because people are bullshitting if they say you're a car person and you don't have an opinion. About
Exactly. Why would you not have a similar opinion about the thing your tires are
Car
on?
people that I meet typically are like very anti-cycling, very anti-ambulatory.
But that's the thing is like, yeah, they're anti that, but they have no interest in city planning or in civil engineering.
right.
Like they don't understand. They don't care about how the road is made.
But that kind of goes hand in hand, right? Because like the people that are like pro multimodal are the people that do care about city engineering.
Well,
and
that's
planning.
true. But
So,
I mean,
like-
like even then, like,
But
you
why?
would-
Why does that entire ethos?
yeah,
exist? I
why
don't
does
know.
that happen? Where it's like, I care deeply about this car. I care deeply because like people that love hiking care about national parks.
Yeah, I've seen their license plates and their Subarus and their tape of sandals.
Yeah, people that like eating food care about cooking.
Yeah, that's true.
People that like beer care about breweries. Why don't car people care about roads?
I don't know, but they really don't.
It doesn't make sense to me.
No, that really doesn't.
Like, because I'm just like, It just it's like beyond like, okay, like even if like you have strong opinions against intermodal transportation, like you would still think that car people would be able to like have a strong opinion about why a roundabout may be better than a stop sign in a location.
Yeah, that is really strange.
Or why a overpass would be better than having train tracks go over the road.
Yeah,
Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, that's just something that's just like blows my mind.
Yeah, I can't even think of like a fringe reason that, like, I'm sure I'm just not seeing it. Like, that would be a question we'd actually have to ask.
I'm going to start asking people this. I'm like, why don't car people care about civil engineering? Like, why don't you care about why roads are made?
So these are perfect questions to ask when we Turo that 2.0T Macan and get a bunch of Porsche regalia and we go to like big Porsche events.
Talk to people about...
Why don't you care about roads?
Well, that's the thing is, I don't want to make civil engineering have any more of any
more resistance or spite.
Yeah, like I don't want to have any like more of like a negative connotation with car people. It's like I think car people should genuinely care about it.
I think they do, even though they aren't aware that they do.
And that's the thing is like, it's one of those things that's like, if people say they don't care about tires, they'll still give you an opinion about a tire.
Michelin.
Yeah, like people, like every car person has a tire they care about.
And oil.
Yeah, oil, exactly. And oil fucking does not matter. Like the road actually, in 2024, any oil you buy in America will work for 90% of cars. Now, in 1990, that was not true. That's what I'm saying. It's the quality of oil at this point
has gotten to a much point better.
Where it's like, unless you have like a brand new like performance car, then it matters.
The interval is what really matters.
Yeah, but like the quality, whatever brand oil, I can go to Holiday and buy oil and do an oil change with Holiday oil, or an oil change with like.
And the same thing's true of tires.
Yeah, and
the worst tire now is so much better than the best tire in 1990.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yes, you're right, but like. Intervals are anyway.
Yeah, but anyway, the thing is like, again, perfect example. Car people have opinions about the dumbest shit, except for the one thing that matters is where's the car being used. Because like
on the road,
also civil engineering. Like, hey, why can't I build a racetrack next to my house? That is a direct civil engineering problem.
Because of NIMBYs.
Because you're like, okay, I'd like to build this racetrack out in the sticks where people aren't going to be bothered. You mean in the exurb where they're going to be buying a farm and building something? Why don't you find a super fund where nobody's ever going to want to live and build your racetrack there?
Yeah, you're gonna want to go somewhere that has no natural appeal at all.
Yeah, no, like
that quarry, perfect.
Yeah, that's a great spot for a racetrack. Like old airport, like old radar base, like things like that. Those are where you put a racetrack. Like super fun sites are a perfect example because that's a place where you're never gonna have to deal with NIMBYs. And if like car people actually like cared about civil engineering and like understood, like had like an opinion about urban planning in any way other than like if they actually wanted to learn about it like they do with like other car things, then they'd be able to go, man, actually. You know where would be a really good place to set up our autocross day is that abandoned Kmart parking lot off of 35E. That'd be a perfect spot.
It actually would be a great spot for autocross.
Like, something like that. Like, as opposed to like, we're going to go out to the suburbs. Like, no, dude, you're not going to go to the suburbs where people care. You're going to go to a bad neighborhood.
Where there's no housing by it either.
Yeah, there's a highway and a
Wendy's.
railroad and a Wendy's.
And a Wendy's.
And a Wendy's, yeah.
Mainly the Wendy's.
And then a very, very, very affordable neighborhood all around it.
No, it's all commercial. You don't get to
across the highway. Across the highway.
Sure,
that's what I mean. I was like, it's an extremely affordable neighborhood there. So it's like that is where you have an autocross day where nobody's gonna care.
Nope.
Yep, that's gonna be fine.
Hey, that kind of sounds like traffic, but more traffic-y.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's fine. And so things like this is like that's what I mean. Like it just blows my mind that
I think the problem might be the kind of locked down nature and mindset of those same car people, though.
Yeah.
Because they're so factionalized in everything to do with their vehicle that element of open critical thinking and knowledge gathering that's needed for something like city planning.
But there's also a lot of open thinking, open-mindedness and critical thinking of fuel injection systems. And car people will still do mental gymnastics to tell you why a carburetor is better beyond the fact that I just like it more would be just a totally reasonable reply.
But there aren't that many car people that will do the but you're wrong fuel injection argument with issues on the road. Like, there's so many more people that are just so complacent and I don't care.
Well, that's the thing is, like, there are people that are complacent, I don't care. But what I'm saying is, like, what I'm saying, like, as far as the subject goes,
Yeah.
like, it's just that this is just a black hole for car people.
Oh yeah,
Where
there's
it's
just
like you
nothing there.
can
It's
you
a
could
void.
you could literally have the strongest wrong opinion, but you have none. You have no opinion.
That's true.
Like, that's the thing is, like, you just say, I want to drive my car. Okay, cool.
Where?
I don't like bicycle lanes. Okay, cool. Why? I don't like bicycles in my way.
Because that used to be 2 car lanes, now it's 1.
But like the thing is like you could like still have a bullshit opinion
Right.
that like
No, to your point,
you
I get it.
quote
It's
unquote did your research to figure out, but like you haven't even done the research. Like
I would prefer an argument that's based on like little
wrong
to no
facts.
wrong information to have a counter argument.
like
versus
I would like it. I would like you to like be able to like give me a counter argument. Like I want you to be enabled to be wrong and have an option other than because I don't like it. Because even though because I don't like it is the correct response, I would like you to be able to enable yourself to do more.
But the problem is they're just going to come back with that one answer. It's like, oh, it's because I don't like
And
it.
the other thing is like if you do have any civil engineering knowledge as a car person, when you go to a city council meeting and you do pitch that automotive thing that you want,
Yeah.
you can now use the correct language to describe that and how that helps everybody.
But everyone with a pickup truck, the car enthusiast, is going to be like, well, I just don't like that. And
Yeah,
that's
and
not
that's-
really a very productive counter
No,
argument.
and that's the thing is like that's not a productive counter argument at all. And there's a reason that the carburetor doesn't exist in a modern vehicle because that was the only argument you had for why a carburetor was good. But like,
It's cheap, it's simple, and I like it.
yeah, that's it. Like, okay, cool. But is this good for for emissions? No. But you know, like that's.
What, a metered fuel garden hose isn't as efficient as
But
fuel
like the
injection?
thing is, like when it comes to like city,
Ryan.
when it comes to like city planning, is like these are all topics where you can actually have really do an anti-bike opinion, and actually like as long as you can come up with an opinion, you can still debatably do your car thing.
It turns
So,
into politics.
yeah. I just think
Which is fine.
yeah,
but-
I just think that like also inevitably there will be a certain number of car people. Like if you have 100,000 car people that do not like bicycles and do not like bicycle lanes, and then they like get into urban planning, they'll go, I actually like these bicycle lanes. It keeps bicyclists out of my lane. It puts them onto a side road. This is brilliant.
Circle back. It's like they should care because it gets the bad drivers that make all of your driving experiences bad
Yeah.
off the road.
Yeah, like it all full circle. It goes right back to this makes everything better for you by understanding and being interested in civil engineering. Like
Government trying to take away my car.
trying to take away my car, putting roundabouts everywhere. And then you go, oh man, that stoplight actually was worse.
We don't have to stop anymore
Yeah, this is great.
at all. Ever.
Like now we can have a real roundabout put in here instead of one of those little like
and all the people that
things
yield
in the middle of a
incorrectly
normal.
in the wrong spot.
Yeah,
They're
like
in a
it-
bus now.
Yeah, cool. This is great, actually. Now I can raise the speed limit because there's no cars parked on the side of the road. And now instead of my speed limit being 15 on this side road, it's 25. That's cool. Now when I'm driving 45, it's not against the law. It's not a felony. That's what I should say. It is still against the law. It's not a felony.
And it's less unsafe because your sight lines are much better. I mean, installed residential, you probably don't need to go that fast.
But yeah,
I get what
still,
you're saying.
You know what I mean? Like you could still do
Yes.
your mental gymnastics to have your argument for why your car is better.
It all cascades in a very positive and like trajectory for everyone.
Yeah, like car people will be happier understanding civil engineering.
And people that don't like driving are going to get where they want to go faster, more effectively, cheaper.
Yeah.
And
It's-
don't have to own a
It
car.
benefits everyone if you're interested. And like you don't have
Oh,
to have
man.
the same
This is sounding pretty communist now.
I know,
don't
right?
know, Ryan.
What's wrong with us having communist beliefs? Oh God, I just realized I did not put in another topic after your next topic. I'm gonna do one real quick.
Well, you got one at the end. We can always go out of order.
Yes,
too,
we can.
but-
I'll figure it out. Don't worry. Anyway, you do your next thing.
All right. Oh, okay. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. I kind of forgot why I even named this episode the way I did. So I am not
Would you name
immediately.
this episode? Charge for a daily.
We can edit it. Sometimes we come up with a better one while the actual episode's
Yeah.
going. I'm not imminently looking for a new daily driver yet.
Yes.
However, there were a couple things that got brought to my attention this week for new stuff that is electric that might be something down the pipe I might want to buy certified in a year or two. I don't know. The first one being a car that actually we can't even get here, so this one's not as relevant. But it proves to me that BMW can still make a product that I might viably want.
Yeah.
So their new electrified 5 Series Estate is actually a pretty solid little thing, as it should be. BMW has been making production electric vehicles for more than 10 years at this point.
Oh my God, they have, yeah.
Yeah, the i3's been around for more than 10 years at this point. And that was a heat pump, super efficient, composite-based, fun-to-drive, rear-wheel drive EV.
Yeah,
fantastic.
No, actually quite good.
Literally all they've done is trip upstairs the entire time since, which that company's just getting progressively better at doing. But I have to say, like, the shape isn't bad on this. It doesn't have buck teeth. It's a wagon. You can get it as rear-wheel drive, although, let's be real, it's going to be all-wheel drive because EV stuff. Yeah. But it's 82 kilowatt hours.
Did you know that 90% of EVs sold in the state of Minnesota are all-wheel drive?
I mean, it doesn't surprise me, but no, I didn't know that.
I heard that at NPR today.
And, like, the whole reason for me even buying the Model S dual motor is, like, I just was able to get rid of 2 vehicles and get 1. So that was kind of nice for daily usage. But, like, if my next vehicle, and I have the choice in a used car, which I likely won't, if I have the choice between rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive, boy, that's going to be tough. Because, 4 or 5 days a year where there's 2 feet of snow on my unplowed street, I might not be able to get to work. However, I think the rest of the year, it's still worth having nicer steering and better efficiency.
With how much global warming we have, where we have no snow, and it is February 10th when we're recording this.
Yeah.
I call that a snow day if you can't get to work, because that's not going to be a consistent thing where you cannot get to work. That's going to be maybe a one and done thing where you use a sick day. And congratulations. You just got a day off from work.
And I can work remotely very effectively.
Yep, that is just fine.
I still think I would lean rear-wheel drive because I don't want to be part of the mass demographic that owns a pickup because, 2 times a year, it's actually really nice to have a bed where I can haul something. Where the rest of the year you're getting 20 miles to the gallon. You're driving something that's horrendous on fuel. It's killing pedestrians, all this other stuff. So anyway, that's a huge digression. But this product, if it was sold here, honestly, at that price point, I would consider it. So I'm just really, I guess, I don't even know if I'm upset that this isn't coming here because there's going to be a future product that they will bring here that's hopefully going to be better looking, more efficient.
I'd be bummed. I want that.
I mean, I do too because it's an electric wagon that looks pretty okay and it has great specs on paper. I mean, 82 kilowatt hours is 33% more energy than I'm used to dealing with currently, and I guarantee that thing's more efficient going down the road than my current car. And also, as much as I'm not in love with the BMW brand these days, it's a hell of a lot better than Tesla.
Well, that's the thing, is it is a extremely low bar at which you are trying to achieve.
Correct, but it's also a really specific bar, unfortunately. I've got a list in my phone of things that I need on a new daily driver. Let me read it to you.
Yes, please tell me, actually.
Next vehicle needs, it needs to be a wagon or a hatchback,
okay,
rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive,
right,
cannot have a transmission,
okay,
no athermic polarized windshield, which is a big freaking deal because they block GPS, and a lot of stuff I do in my car needs GPS, and a lot of these have that. It needs to be able to prioritize cabin heat in the winter over systems heat when I'm preheating it. Because the Tesla right now, if I leave it plugged in, it takes 2 hours to preheat when it's 40 below.
Yikes.
If I leave it unplugged, it takes 20 minutes. So
That's
dumb.
stupid.
It needs to have a non-ferrous body. So composite or aluminum.
Yeah, non-iron body.
I don't want it to rust. It needs to have a heated steering wheel. It needs to have the availability or an option for a trailer hitch, and it needs to have a heat pump. Huh. Currently, no vehicle exists that satisfies all that.
That's a very reasonable list. The non-GPS blocking windshield is one that actually got me. I was not aware of that being a thing.
Only Autopilot 1 Teslas and like the Porsche Taycan have it still. A lot of other luxury cars have it too because they do keep the noise down.
Yeah.
But a lot of cars have you see that like purple hue in the windshield sometimes.
Oh.
That's athermic.
God, I like the purple hue.
It also blocks, those little car wash tags that they put on the outside of the windshield? It will block those from working.
That's hilarious.
on the outside of the glass.
Why?
I don't know, but it blocks signal. The guy at Mister's like, oh yeah, this happens on a lot of Cadillacs and Mercedes and Teslas. I'm like, okay, so what's the upside to this? Also, it blocks radar detectors.
Which, that's awful. Well, you can get a license plate mounted one.
You can,
Yeah.
but I just didn't. But I mean, it's a big problem. And
Yeah, no, that sucks.
So anyway, I'm gonna have some really weird conversations with salespeople at some point.
Yeah, no,
in the future.
you're going to be the worst person in the world.
Yeah.
You are not getting a deal on any car.
I will apologize in advance and bring them their favorite beer, but it's gonna be a painful experience for them.
So I want to talk about, actually, GM has a vehicle that's almost identical to that's coming out in China.
Okay.
It is called the
Look
Wuling.
at this.
This is called the Wuling Starlight Wagon.
Does it come with the Volk knockoffs?
I think so. And the roof rack is an optional accessory.
Well, I don't care for that. But look at this thing. It's beautiful.
Yes, and it's based off an existing car called Wuling Starlight, apparently. GM apparently owns Wuling.
I did not know that.
Yep, TIL, or at least has a semi-partnership
Whoa.
with it.
Wow. That's a great looking car.
Great name, too, Starlight.
Oh, man.
That is such a good name.
I agree. This is fantastic.
Yep,
Also, this
not
website
coming
is
here.
difficult.
We are
Oh.
not getting it.
Well, thanks for at least breaking my hopes early.
Yep, it is EV or PHEV,
Okay.
which is incredible. You'll also like, if you just Google like what a Wuling Starlight is, it looks incredible as well.
That website must have so much shit running on it. Cause
It's Autocar India is a very difficult website.
Anyway,
to use.
keep talking. This
yeah.
will load eventually.
You
I
could,
have hit enter, but
let's see here. You could also possibly just close the other site.
maybe we'll just do that because
Yeah. I love Autocar India. It's also, if you want a really, really good Instagram.
this is a Ryzen 5 with 32 gigs of RAM and two 3070s in it, and it is having difficulty closing a tab.
Wow, that's crazy. Anyway, that's weird. My computer did not do that.
Well, you have a Ryzen 7 or 9, don't you? You have a
Yes, I have a Ryzen 9.
9? Yeah, that's much better.
Oh, well. You have a pleb processor, that's why.
Well, I built this for the
plebcessor.
podcast. Well, that's true.
Anyway.
Factual, sir.
Wow, it's falling on its face. Holy hell.
Well,
It seems to be recording still.
yep. No, the stream's fine.
That's good.
Well, it'll be fine. We'll get there.
Anyway, so if you want a really good Instagram to go to, actually,
perfect.
Autocar India's Instagram is very good automotive autism.
We've looked at
it
posts
is so
from
good.
there.
Yeah.
Which of these images would you like?
Any
blown up?
one, just now that we have the car here, you can see that it is in fact gorgeous looking.
Oh, this looks just like the.
I wouldn't-
it's a knockoff of the EV6.
Kinda.
It
but
looks
it's
just like the EV6.
But it's a GM product.
right.
It's quite good.
So you can't steal it.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Don't care really. Because it's in China. Like, I'm not going to get it.
But
It's so good.
that back end is literally an
yeah, it looks
Ioniq
just like
6 and an
it looks
EV6
like
together.
an EV6, yeah. But no, it's a great looking car, and now there's a wagon that's being pitched in China, which is
That thing looked fantastic.
why was that not coming here, and why does GM hate us?
I don't know, but they gave us the Tour X. They're still not going to give us a wagon. Why does nobody give us wagons except Mercedes?
Well, they gave us a Tour X. They gave it to us automatic.
And with cladding, which we had to undo.
You had to take off the cladding and make it, and then you're still stuck on the automatic wagon.
Then you had to buy all the Vauxhall badges from Europe.
It's a bunch of fucking around.
But
Anyway,
we like doing.
we're
a lot of
not
fine
getting that here. It has real door handles too, which I love.
I do like that.
Oh, I didn't mention the price. The starting price, the absolute base price for this is $12,000.
That has to be a conversion for a country or
Nope.
something that we don't.
That's Chinese yuan to
Okay.
US dollars.
Okay.
The stripper model is like 1970s stripper model spec.
Oh, excellent.
Like, you get nothing. But it's $12,000 for
That
a
is-
sedan or
Yeah.
a wagon.
That's a lot of vehicle
Yep.
with electrification. Oh, well, you said it's PHEV too, but
That's something you could sell me the base model of this if you get through crash test as a Buick for $20,000, and I'd be more than happy.
yeah.
Like, $12,000, fucking great. Base model sedan that looks that good with like, I guess it would have to have AC because it has to cool the
yeah.
battery. So it has to have AC. That's the only thing I care about.
I mean, I'm sure it'll have heat as well. That would be important.
Oh, yeah.
In an
But,
EV,
like,
that's not necessarily
steel,
a given.
Yeah, steel wheels, but with cloth seats, manually adjustable cloth seats, and then you
No
have
radio.
Yeah, like no radio to
That'd be
speak of.
so good.
Yeah.
Oh, an EV with no radio.
Give me the most basic EV for 20 grand. Like, you will make an extra 8 grand on me. And then actually at 20 grand can be eaten up by the tax credit, and then you could just sell it for normal MSRP.
We'd have to make it here, but yeah, they could do that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You've got some factories that aren't doing anything. Tool them.
Yeah, perfect.
Ta-da! GM.
This would
solved
be,
your problem.
You make jobs, you make sales. This is something I want.
But that wagon you showed me earlier, I
It's
know that's
so
in a different
good.
tab I
You
had
could
to
just
close,
probably Wooling Starlight wagon, just have the Google tab be up here.
but- Yeah, it's better than clicking on the.
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so good.
Oh, that was Motor 1. That wasn't Autocar India. That was Motor 1 that was giving you those troubles.
Good lord.
It's so good.
That's fantastic.
I want that.
I also do.
That's a perfect car. That would be the newest, that'd be the only GM product I've ever purchased after my birthday. That was made after I was born.
God damn it.
Because my Buick was a 1989. So, and Jana's Buick is a 61. So this would be by far the newest GM product I'd be interested in. I would absolutely
It
love
looks
it.
stunning. It looks
It's
fantastic.
so good. Yeah, even with like it put like some like whatever size steel wheels on it with no hubcaps, and I'd be fine.
Yeah, I'll put the knockoff Volks on it myself.
Yeah, it's fine. Like it was so great. I'm in love with this car. I almost mad I can't get it. Wuling makes that might be my favorite not Japanese manufacturer right now.
I mean, I was today years old when I figured out that GM had any involvement in Wuling.
Yeah. Me too.
It's just so good.
But it's because Wuling makes great vehicles. Have you seen the Wuling Sunshine?
I've seen the Wuling Mini.
They make a tiny minivan called a Wuling Sunshine. It's so good.
Okay, so it's not electric. It's just adorable.
It's just great. Yeah, you can get it in Forza.
I'm fine. Everything's okay. Anyway, back to the Wuling Starlight wagon.
But what I'm saying is everything Wuling makes is gold.
Why is everything we click on, that second half of that little caption there, but not for America?
Because it's all it's the same story. It's that we're not getting it.
Anyway, I want to talk about something we are getting then.
Yes.
So, on the topic of these fantastic EV hatchbacks and wagons, I really am not a fan of Porsche. I know neither are you, mainly because of the owners. Doesn't matter. So,
Yes.
the Porsche Taycan Sport Turismo, not technically a wagon, more of a shooting brake, but it's effectively a wagon. I didn't care
Do they have
about
a woody
the first
version
one.
of it?
You could wrap it to be one.
No, that's not made of wood.
No, it's not wood.
I don't want it.
Well, that would be non-ferrous. That would qualify.
That would qualify as
Would qualify under my
non-ferrous
captions. So anyway, I completely ignored the first gen Sport Turismo, even though it's a great looking car, I think, personally, because it has an automatic transmission. The second gen does not. So this is now something I could plausibly look at. It also has a enormous battery. It's 104 kilowatt hours usable as far as I can gather. And
Isn't
it's
the body made of iron?
I don't. Parts of it are, but they even are on a Model S. Like the A pillars are still high strength steel. So I mean, the wheel well areas
The
and
parts
the
that'll
rockers,
rust.
those parts, I'm paying attention.
What do they do with the steel and aluminum touching?
It's bonded.
How are they bonded with what?
It's separated by epoxy. Somehow that works.
Okay. You just don't want to touch it all.
I know. Yeah. But they've figured that out because, I mean, it's fine. Jaguar's been doing it for God knows how many years. They're not all aluminum. There's still steel in those. Z8's the same way. Anyway, I digress. This, I will have to look into, but I believe there's enough non-ferrous in there where it would qualify. Do you want to know of the criteria that I just listed there, what this for sure doesn't do? And it's one of the odd ones.
So your criteria again?
Criteria.
Just
Wagon or hatchback.
Yep.
Rear all-wheel drive. No
Yep.
transmission. No athermic windshield. Prioritize cabin heat over whatever systems control. Non-ferrous body. Heated steering wheel. Trailer hitch and heat pump.
Does this have a transmission?
No.
Heat pump.
Has a heat pump. You cannot get a trailer hitch for a
trailer
Taycan.
hitch?
You cannot get an aftermarket one. You can't get
That's
a first-party
good,
one.
That is a very good sign.
I want a trailer hitch.
I know,
goddammit.
but that means there's aluminum where the trailer hitch should go.
Yeah, probably.
Which is good for your non-ferrous thing.
Yeah, but the Model S, I can get a trailer hitch for. That's all aluminum. Just has a bunch more bolts, so for a bigger area.
Huh.
I
Could you remove the rear hatch and put a fifth wheel back there?
So here's the thing. There's a factory accessory for at least the first Gen Sport Turismo, only for the wagonish one.
Yeah.
Literally, there's plastic things that fold down in the back of the vehicle, and there's enormous twist lock pipes that go in that hold a bike rack. So you probably could do the MR2 Spider thing where you just mill gigantic billet pieces to twist into that, and then you have a trailer hitch. So it probably would be okay, and it's not something I'm necessarily going to rule out until I know for sure. But yeah, I think you're probably right. It's just because there's got to be some limitation, either space-wise or structural-wise, why nobody's done it.
That's so strange.
But anyway, it's weird to me because as far as I can tell, that's the only thing on my list that wouldn't do.
That is just the most bizarre thing.
It's also like a $110,000 base, so I don't really know if I care. But that's a lot of money. I don't know if I want a car payment that's tripled my mortgage. But, I mean, they are fantastic-looking things. I don't really want to be a Porsche person, but, whatever actually ends up working for my needs is what I'm going to end up buying.
Well, I have a brand that you might be interested in, possibly.
Tell me more, Ryan, about the brand I might be interested in.
They're called Tata.
I do know Tata.
So, we know the Tata Nano.
We sure do. That was a flop.
Yep, it was. It's terrible. But Tata has actually turned into a car company that makes vehicles that aren't inherently bad. Actually,
well, I think they made decent stuff before the Nano too. That was just like such a tone deaf kind of caricature of what they thought the Indian public wanted,
which I thought was hilarious because they are like the most Indian company.
Oh, 100%. But people in India are actually proud of their goods when they can stretch to buy them, and the Nano is not a.
Well, the new version is called the Tata Tiago. But here I'm just going to show you their website because they have a lot of interesting models. I sent you a link because their website's actually kind of funny because while I absolutely love the brown representation here because like obviously it's an Indian company, of course they're gonna have brown people, but like I love the representation. But
so excited.
Yeah,
about the
it's
Tiago.
a very, very exciting CVT thing. It's a compressed natural gas automatic is what she's so excited about.
Yeah, the CNG.
So
if
you scroll down, there's a photo of a lady, her inside of us. She's 100% photoshopped into that car. Like there's no way that she is that far away from anything. That is a hilariously badly photoshopped person inside of that car.
Why is her left leg in the passenger seat?
Because she was sitting on a couch.
Oh, okay. All right.
They put her in this car. I'm not even sure she knows she's on the website.
She showed up for the photo shoot. Like, hey, you're going to be representing our new Tiago. Why am I in a studio? Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it because we can't actually fit you in the car.
Ryan, this is their official site, and this car is shown at.
It's not.
The photo is like Windows 95 wallpaper stretched.
It's problematic. It's not ideal.
Great. Is that how the car actually looks?
Maybe.
I don't know. It might be tippy.
They have dual tone paint jobs. I have no idea what that means. But so
this one is stretched just as much.
Yeah. In addition to the Tiago, they also have the Etros, which is good. That's a slightly larger. The Tigor, which I actually love because that means tiger.
Well, it's brown.
But it's a brown sedan.
Look at the liftover.
Well, so, the liftover is insane, but it's got a deep well trunk like a Ford from the 60s. Okay. But it comes in colors.
It does.
Look.
It comes in brown, brownish brown, blue, and white.
You can click the other colors and see what other colors it can come in.
Brown, brownish, brown, blue, and white.
Actually, that's a great red. That's a brownish red. I like that a lot.
Yeah,
and then
this TV is just bad.
Yep, and then if you scroll down, now you're getting to their SUVs.
Ooh,
so this is the Punch, which I love the Punch. It looks quite good in red.
It looks like a Citroen is what it looks like, which is a good
It's
thing.
good, yeah. No, so
Ooh.
and then they have the Nexon, which comes with purple interior. I like that
Look at
one.
the app. Ryan, I want to
Very
know more
good.
about the app.
It's got an app for the car. I wonder if the interior is color matched to the exterior. Oh, it doesn't say. That'd be quite good if it was.
They have a 0 mile an hour takeoff device? Wow.
So, yeah, they have the Harrier. Well, it's actually kind of cool. Even though this is an EV, it's an EV. Look at the tires on it.
Those are very much not off-road tires.
Yeah, but look at the sidewall relative to wheel.
They are like a 70 series sidewall.
Yeah, there's a huge sidewall for an EV.
Yes.
Because actually they do market these to people that live out in the sticks.
Well, you might need a new Safari then.
Yeah, so they have the new Safari, which is their big one. And this is meant to.
I love that gets around the Safari trademark just because they have
the
new in
Safari.
there.
But it has a lovely sunroof in it that's actually backlit. So
Leela from Futurama would love that song.
yes, this is a company that makes cool stuff that I wish we got here. They probably cannot pass a crash test.
A country that is full of people in the tech industry, and they let a photo like this on their website, though. It's kind of endearing, but also like, what are you doing?
You know what it is? Full screen the webpage, and then it's normal.
It's really bad responsive design.
Yep, it's terrible responsive design.
Oh, okay.
Oh God, now we have the window screen.
Uh-oh.
Where'd you put it? Fun fact, that was actually a real photo. Your background? Have you seen the pictures of how they've taken this photo?
No.
Yeah, that's an actual photo. That's not graphic design.
Graphic design.
Traffic design. Hey, you clicked the wrong way. Yeah,
Okay.
that one. There we go. Cool.
Now.
Oh God, why did you make it? No! Oh God, I think you were gonna close it.
No, because I tried the other one and that minimized it. So, all right.
Anyway,
we're back.
So that's just terrible responsive web design.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of think these cars are very interesting. So
You just like the names and the colors.
well, if you look at the girl in the Tiago, look what's between her legs. That's a manual transmission.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it's seriously fun. That's what the website.
I tried to open that one and I knew
so the
it
website
didn't.
says it's seriously fun.
She's just loving that manual transmission.
It's 5,065 lock, which is probably like $8,000 or something.
Pose is more questionable now. All right, it's fine.
But anyway, it's a manual transmission. It's quite good. I'm waiting for their website to load on my computer. It's
Learn more. Build yours. Okay.
I'm trying to build it, and their auto builder, it's stuck at 98%. There we go. Wow, that base model. Holy shit, that's good. I think I found what you should get.
Look at this base standard.
So they have edition, persona, and variants. What the heck? So there's only standard edition. You can't get any other special editions. I like the XE with the steel.
Oh, I'm
wheels.
liking the Daytona gray. I don't know about the opal white. Flame red? No, it's gonna be Daytona gray.
I'm gonna do the XTO. I don't know what XTO
All right, we're not gonna
means.
build a car.
I'm gonna build a car, and you're gonna have to live with it. But anyway, I don't get why people don't talk about how good Indian cars are, because the thing is, these brands are like developed.
Oh yeah.
Like as soon as they decide that they want to come to America, this will be a big problem. So, for instance, I just clicked on the Tiago XTO. Gas 5-speed, 1.2 liter, seats 5, and it's 6,200 lock, which is again like, I think that's about $10,000.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, even after the ruthless additional cost of like federalizing, crash testing, importing all of this,
like you're still
going to be cheap.
Yeah, this would absolutely kick the shit out of most.
So
American
the Mirage
brands.
is gone. Why not bring the Tiago?
Yeah, and like this has like, it's got an auto adjusting rear view mirror. It has
A manual.
a body colored front bumper.
Ooh.
Has a integrated.
I'm sorry. Are you reading this off of a feature sheet?
These are literally the
Because
things.
the last time I heard a body color front bumper as a feature was a couple years
that
ago.
actually is. So you can get puddle lamps for these. I'm looking at their website. They've got chrome garnishes for the windows, stylized tailgates. You can actually, there's a ton of stuff you can get a la carte on these. Roof rails in 2 different colors. I just think these are cool as hell. You can get corner protectors for a bumper. So you can get like, you know how like Scion, you could just.
Oh, yeah.
It is that level of weird shit you can add to your car.
It's all dealer installed too. Like it's always stuff that's shipped
It's
to a dealer.
super good.
I do like the base Steelies though. Those look fantastic.
Oh, sick! You can actually get a 4-spoke alloy wheel for that.
Interesting.
Yeah, is a added option. Like the performance version is a black 4-spoke alloy wheel.
I left the configurator, but
It's all right. You probably should. But yeah, so basically what I'm saying is divinity. What does that mean?
is that like a really excellent?
No way. You could actually directly get a decorative idol of Guru Nanak, which is a Sikh idol. from the factory. You can also get a Ganesh idol.
That's like
directly.
having a Jesus on the cross add-on on your Chevy.
Yeah.
Oh God, people.
Oh,
would
don't worry.
order
You can
that
also
too.
get Jesus. So you can get Divinity.
Can you get Muhammad?
I'm going down. Unfortunately, for very cursed reasons, I believe you actually could not.
No, I believe you're not allowed to show an image.
No, you're not. But I think for very cursed reasons because of Indian politics. Yes.
I see.
Healthcare. You can get healthcare stuff in the car.
Ryan, God damn it, we're just running through a configurator on a car that we can't buy
Get
here.
a humidifier in the car.
Oh no, the mold.
Indian car options might be my favorite thing in the world.
No. It still will never touch the optional Fiat 500L Lavazza espresso maker.
God damn it. That would be quite good. I wonder, do you think that would be under comfort or infotainment?
Amenities for sure.
So
Accoutrement.
So steering. Oh, you can get steering wheel cover, a leather wrapped steering wheel, armrest, seat covers.
So-
neck rests. You can get pillows to add to the neck.
So I'm feeling comfortable. My skin isn't dry with my humidifier, but I'm really craving an espresso.
I think you
What
might be
can-
screwed.
What can the Tiago do for me, Ryan?
You might be screwed here.
Well,
To be fair, I haven't seen like a chai dispenser yet. And
okay.
That's
Gonna come first.
You can get LED headlights for these.
Okay.
In the standard halogen housings, and they're literally just Amazon LEDs. This is so good. You can get remote locking. That's cool. LED fog lights, wireless charger. The wireless charger is literally the Micro Center brand.
Oh, inland.
Oh, you can get Blaupunk speakers
Oh, very nice.
Wow.
This gives me hope though, because in 25 years,
or Rockford
when we
or
all
JBL.
you can get all three of those brands.
Yes,
They're literally just
you
going
can
to
get-
Crutchfield.
You can go to Rockford, JBL, Blaupunk, or Crosslink. Those are your speaker options.
When you order one of these, they're literally placing an international order to Crutchfield for some 6.5 component speakers and shipping them in.
That's exactly what they're doing. That's exactly what these are.
And
This
I'm
is incredible.
fine with it.
I'm not mad about this at all. This is actually,
Oh no, what's the humidifier?
God, it's probably from Amazon. I love the fact you can get a humidifier in your car.
Please tell me when you select the humidifier, it deselects the carpet option.
You get hardwood floors.
You get
That would-
something that can't mold as
Oh,
easily.
God. That'd be so bad.
You get a rubber floor.
Yeah. But so this is the thing. Tata is going really hard into EVs. And so when they come to America, they're going to come to America with an EV. And they're going to probably make something that's aluminum as well because it's lighter to ship to America. Because
As long as it
that
looks
makes sense for
halfway
Tata.
as good as this thing.
I think I could see you in the 2030s driving a Tata.
Sure.
I'm okay with that.
I don't care who makes it. If it looks like that and it's a wagon and it's not going to rust immediately,
Yeah.
fine.
And you can get a Ganesh statuette idol, and you can get a humidifier, and maybe, possibly, a chai dispenser. Also, we should note all those options were available for the cheapest car that they made. That was their absolute base model. I love Indian cars are what Japanese cars were in the 80s right now.
Well, again,
they're so good.
Indian people, it's part of their culture. No matter what you buy, you still want it. You want to be proud of your purchase.
No, it's a cultural thing. Is like that's
Like,
something
It makes sense. You're gonna have a nice base model car.
No, well, that's the thing. It's like that's something that's like it's kind of like a Southeast Asian, like a South Asian thing, where like you actually care about the thing you're getting. You don't like every appliance actually matters.
Yeah.
And like I live like that. Like it's very rare that I buy a thing where I go, I just want the thing.
Right. Well, no, I did research, and it turns out it's worth spending 10 times the base one to get the good one that
Yeah,
lasts.
exactly. Like when I got my phone holder for my phone, I
Oh
found
my
out
God.
the one I wanted was actually the inland cheapo one at Micro Center because I didn't want a charger
Okay.
and I wanted something that would mount to my vent and I wanted the lightest possible one. Those are my things. And it happened to be that the cheapest one was the lightest one.
Nothing wrong with a list
Yeah,
of things
like
that matter
I had
to
my
you.
weird list of things that mattered when I got my phone holder. Like things of that with cars actually matter, and I love that Tata's like, you know what? Everybody gets what they want. You can get anything you want in this car a la carte. Like
It's
that's
a
brilliant.
build-to-order sandwich line car.
I love that. That's what I want. Cars should Chipotle model cars should exist, and they exist in India. Why can't I get that here? It's because the American automotive dealer, like, their lobbyist group.
Oh, they are a problem.
They're terrible, and they hate Americans. And this is a perfect example why is I cannot get that wagon, and I cannot get my Tata.
I want a Wuling.
I want a Wuling or a Tata. I want something weird from like
a Wawa, a Tooling.
Actually, Wawa is a brand in Thailand. And no, they don't make cars. I think there is actually a moped manufacturer called Wawa.
Man. It's so good.
Anyway, I'll get back to you if I find a motorcycle band named Wawa. Oh, weird thing from India. Another thing before we log out, because it's something I learned from Auto Car India.
I'm into it. Usually segues like this are good.
Indian motorcycles are sold in India.
What do you mean?
The Harley Davidson sub-brand Indian.
Okay.
Like Indian with like the little chief on the motorcycle.
And they're sold
in
like
India.
identically.
Exactly. Same spec. Not rebranded in the nation of India.
Do they sell well?
I don't know. But I'm just feeling like there's probably like somebody that lives in rural India that is not aware of like Native American cultures, because like we're not super aware of like a lot, like unless you went to school like I did to like study these things.
People in charge are pretty good at sweeping genocides
like I'm pretty
under
sure,
the rug.
yeah. Well, not only that, but like I'm pretty sure like you don't know what like Jainism is.
Nope.
No, that was Mahatma Gandhi's religion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but that's the thing is like there's a lot of things about India that the average American public does not know. There's a lot of things about America that the average Indian person does not know.
Sure.
So there's very realistically somebody that lives in India that bought an Indian motorcycle that assumes that American people think they wear headdresses with feathers in their hair.
Or they think it's a domestic vehicle.
Yeah, that's just like a thing. It's like
That's just their logo.
Yep. Okay. Cool. And we just wear feathers in our hair.
I just really love the fact that I'm driving an Indian-made vehicle to work every day in India.
I think that's just like something that's just like very fascinating to me. It's just like I'm very curious about if Indian motorcycles, like if any of the background behind the name, like it's got lost in translation.
White trucks there.
There is a steam car brand called White.
No, yeah, but I mean, the White Western Star was like, it was white before they merged.
Yes,
so like
because
white trucks were just
so
a thing.
Strange, yeah. There's so many. Because I know like so much about the Japanese car market. Like learning about Indian and Chinese cars are my favorite things now. There's just so much cool stuff.
Well, it's because we're just bored now and everything else.
There's nothing good in America.
That's not necessarily true. In a lot of the cases, yes, it is. But like we've been there, we've done that.
Yeah, like I'm excited about the Maverick. We had several episodes about the Maverick.
Yeah.
There's not much new coming out in America, but like shit, there's cool stuff coming out in India. I will tell you all about the cool things that I find in India, and that's what Carbitrage is about.
I'm just gonna go find a humidifier for my car now. All right, thanks everybody. We'll see you next week.
Bye.